Hello students, I welcome you in this class. Now this class is purely dedicated for the professional marks. As you all know that in your paper AAA, there are 20 professional marks. 20 professional marks. This is the official document by ACCA. I have opened that, and there are professional skills in strategic professional options exams. Now, overview, let's skip this page. Professional skills. There are 4 key professional skills which will be assessed in the strategic professional option exams: communication, analysis and evaluation, skepticism and judgment, commercial acumen. Now, let's discuss all these 4 skills individually, and then I will be opening the page in which we will be applying these skills on the paper AAA, right? So let's first discuss about the communication. What do you mean by the term communication? What exactly the communication means? Communication means to communicate. That means you are in your paper AAA. Obviously, I am relevant with paper AAA. You have to draft the briefing notes. Communication means to inform. Persuade. Persuade means convincing. I have already annotated many things so that time can be saved. Persuade means that whatever you are communicating, it should give a meaning, so that the recipient of your report should have a clear understanding and he will be convinced. Communication means inform, persuade, clarify, and simplify. In summary, this means that candidates have to express themselves clearly, convincingly, through the appropriate medium, while being sensitive to the needs. Needs means user targeted, accurate, cost, cost beneficial, concise, user targeted, relevant, authoritative, timely, easy to understand, need of the intended audience. This means responding in the professional manner, adhering to any specific instructions case made, right? So you have to respond in a professional manner. Now, how this communication will be applied on paper AAA, you have to wait for a few minutes. Let's go to the second skill, that is the skepticism. What do you exactly mean by skepticism? Skepticism and judgment. That is a very core skill for the auditor. Skepticism and judgment means explore. You have to explore the case. Question. You should have a questioning attitude. Challenge and critically assess. Assessment does not mean criticize. It means positive and negative for the available information. Critically assess. Now, let's say, for example, when you apply this skill onto the paper AAA, that means you have to evaluate the management treatment. So the management treatment may be positive, I mean that may be correct, or misstated. So you have to consider the neutral attitude, but you raise the question. You should raise the question, explore the scenario. Explore, question, challenge. It means skepticism. In summary, this means candidates have to explore, question, and challenge the information and views presented to them, identifying if all the information is available or whether there may be underlying biases. To fully understand business issue and establish the facts and objectively based on the ethical and professional values, right? That's a very simple point. This is a basic skepticism. I have not discussed that page where this skill has been applied on paper AAA. You have to wait. The skill number 3. Skill number 3, analysis and evaluation. Now, please note that what do you exactly mean by the term analysis and evaluation? Analysis and evaluation. It simply means you will be having a question that means there is a requirement, evaluate something. Evaluate means what should be. That means, for example, if you are evaluating the ethical threats, so you should write what should be in the ideal circumstances. That means according to IESBA Code of Ethics. So what should be, what actually is, and what is the impact? What is the impact, right? So analysis and evaluation means investigate, consider, assess and apply, appraise. Now, appraise means evaluation. That means appraisal. So let's read. In summary, this means that candidate firstly have to thoroughly investigate the research information from the variety of sources, logically it with the prioritizing activities, arriving the appropriate conclusion or recommendation. Conclusion or recommendations, right? The analysis should form the part of comprehensive evaluation of a matter. Whatever the matter may be accounting treatment, the matter may be ethical issue as well, where candidates have to carefully assess the situation, proposals, arguments in the balance, and ethical judgment to predict the future outcomes, analysis and evaluation. For example, if I am analyzing the current political scenario, so I will have to analyze and I will be saying that it may be happen in the future. So that means I'm talking about the impact. I'm talking about the impact. If this would be the case, what could be the impact in the future and consequences for the decision making, right? This is analysis and evaluation. Number 4, commercial acumen. Commercial acumen means think like a businessman, think like a director, owner, businessman. Demonstrate the awareness, recognize the issues, judgment, show insights. In summary, this means that candidates have to show the awareness of the business environment, think like a businessman, and any external factors affecting the business, and use commercially sound judgments and insights to exploit opportunities and realistic recommendations. This is a very simple and basic description of all these 4 skills. Now, students, let's be the paper specific. Okay, so time management and planning, skip this page. What is it in? Advanced financial management. Communication in AFM. No, we are not concerned with AFM. Advanced audit and assurance. Right now, advanced audit and assurance. Please note that, first of all, understand question number 1 includes 10 professional marks, out of which 4 marks are dedicated for the communication and 6 other areas, right? Question number 2 and 3, no communication, but all the 3 other areas. Communication is only in question number 1. And other areas, commercial acumen, analysis and evaluation, skepticism and judgment, they are there in question number 1 as well, and in question number 2, 3. Now, communication, advanced audit and assurance. Let's be paper specific. Question number 1. As you all know that question number 1 is based on the briefing notes. You are the audit manager. Your audit partner has sent you an email and you have to respond in the format of briefing notes. So communication is a very important point. There are 4 marks. What is the communication? Section A requires always the briefing notes requested by the audit partner or senior manager. Key matters. Okay, you are in the planning phase. The report should have appropriate headings, subheadings, and briefing introduction. We have covered all these things in our topical lectures, in our past paper practice classes. That is to audit partner, audit engagement partner, from audit manager, subject, introduction, proper heading of each and everything. So all these things are covering the communication 4 marks. Candidates' response in the body of the report should look professional. Use of appropriate language. That means, for example, materiality is the matter of auditor guess. No guess. Auditor's judgment. Professional language. There is a mistake. No. There is a misstatement in the financial statements. Right? So you have to use the professional jargons and clear and effective. It is vital that the report content is relevant to the requirement, including a specific instruction to the examination requirement. Now, this is very simple point. The structure of the briefing note and the properly headed answers. Question number 2, analysis and evaluation. Analysis and evaluation. Now, please note that what do you mean by the term analysis and evaluation in paper AAA? In paper AAA, please note that analysis and evaluation. All AAA questions will include professional skills. It is a fundamental that candidates can demonstrate their assessment of a given scenario. The scenario will require an assessment of financial reporting issue. Now, stick to this point. Let's move here. Issues, financial reporting issues, ethical issues, professional issues, auditing issues, further procedures. All these things require analysis and evaluation. Financial reporting issues of the client, the ethical or legal regulatory issues, and the impact on the audit process. This may be at the planning or in the completion and the reporting stage. Now, you have to analyze the scenario. Candidates need to ensure that recommendation for further actions are relevant to the point of the engagement. It is important that candidates ensure any analysis is contextual, that means case study based, and must take into account the situation in which the organization in the question operates. Analysis and evaluation. Now, let us say, for example, you are evaluating the financial reporting. So you must need to give the reference of relevant accounting standards. For example, you are evaluating the ethical and professional issues. So you must need to write what are the ethical code of ethics, what are the requirements of ethical code of conduct, ISBA code of ethics, and what is in the scenario. What is in the scenario, right? Then analysis can be demonstrated by the use of suitable calculations like materiality. For example, you are evaluating the management's accounting treatment. So you must need to evaluate the accounting treatment, the possible misstatement, and its material impact on the materiality. This ability to draw appropriate conclusion and demonstrating the analysis so that appropriate responses can be processed. Propose. Identify where the data, okay. So I think it's okay. This is the thing. Analysis and evaluation. And evaluation is a balanced appraisal to determine the impact of a course of action. For example, if a client does not amend the material misstatement, candidates need to be able to explain the impact on the audit report. That is ISA 706, ISA 705, all these things, right? So you need to consider the impact on the audit report as well. So what is the analysis and evaluation? That means what should have happened, what is, and what would be the impact. Now let's go to the above where I had discussed this thing. Where I had opened this analysis and evaluation. What should be in the scenario? What is in the scenario and what is the impact? It may be financial reporting, it may be audit implications, it may be ethical and professional issues. Whatever the issues are, you have to consider all these impacts as well, right? So let's go back to the page. Okay. So you have to consider the impact on the audit opinion as well, right? That's a very, very simple point. That means analysis and evaluation. Now, let's go to the third one, skepticism and judgment. Students, this is a very important point, skepticism and judgment. Skepticism means to be alert, having a questioning attitude, consider the material misstatement. Skepticism throughout the audit, you have to maintain. Judgment means you have to use your judgment to assess risk of material misstatement, audit procedure, sample size, team time, audit decision making, nature, timing, and extent of the audit procedures. All these things are basically the audit decision making. What auditors should do? What auditors should do? That means how many procedures should be applied? What should be the sample size? What should be the materiality? All these things are called the audit decision making. And skepticism means to be alert for any possible misstatement, and then auditor will be able to decide what should be done. What should be done in the particular scenario. So let's discuss this thing. Candidates are expected to demonstrate professional skepticism and judgment when assessing the information given in the scenario. This is the key when asked to evaluate significant risk in the scenario, right? Significant risk of material misstatement. So you have to use your skepticism, your judgment to evaluate significant risk of material misstatement. In line with the revision and introduction of the spectrum of risk, upper spectrum of risk, which we had covered in our classes, identifying and assessing, okay, prioritizing the risk is a matter of auditor judgment. Prioritizing the risk is a matter of auditor professional judgment. And in our topical lectures, I have taught you how to prioritize the audit risk. So it is basically the matter of auditor's judgment, and judgment comes with the passage of experience. Candidates should be prioritizing the most significant risk first. In brief conclusion, so again, arranging the risk in the on the basis of prioritized higher risk is a matter of auditor professional judgment, and writing the professional words will give you the communication marks. Information may come from the client, such as the basis of provision, amortization. Other scenarios may ask to review the audit work and evidence obtained during the audit engagement. It is also the matter of judgment. This thing, please note this thing. Your review stage, your requirement in the review stage, evaluate the matters. What evidence will you expect in your working paper file? That means the working paper file has not opened yet. It has to be opened. So what evidence will you expect? You have to use your judgment, right? You have to use your judgment, and you have to use the sound judgment related to the case study, right? Next one. Fourth one is the commercial acumen. Commercial acumen means business sense. Business sense means, note, business of client and business of audit firm. Please note, there is a business of the client entity and the business of the audit firm as well, right? And the business of the audit firm as well. Now, questions are set commercially realistic scenario ranging from private or public sector organization, not-for-profit organization, regulated industries. Candidates may be asked to demonstrate their commercial acumen by assessing business risk. You are supposed to evaluate the significant business risk. So in that scenario, you should behave like a good businessman, like a good owner, director. Affecting the client at the audit planning stage, for example, specific regulatory requirement or the impact of the competition of the future business. What I have taught you in the basic topical lectures, that what is the business risk, what can go wrong, what will be the impact in the present and in the future. Factors affecting the client may highlight issues regarding the future trading success of the business. For example, there is an opportunity to expand the business, but consideration need to be given as how this will affect the current operations. Candidates need to look at the external constraints and opportunities where relevant and also consider the valid assumptions. Now, okay, that's fine. This is the very important line. This was from the side of the client of the business. There is a client of the there is a business of the firm as well. Candidates may show commercial acumen by assessing the impact of engagement on the audit firm. This may be relevant, which requires evaluation whether or not to accept the engagement. There are multiple questions. Now, wait a minute, please. Impact means multiple impacts. Multiple impacts. There may be impacts, more than one impacts, right? Now, there are questions. What factors will you consider as an auditor before deciding whether or not to accept this engagement from this client? So this is the business of the auditor. This may be, okay, candidates may show commercial acumen by assessing impact on the engagement on the audit firm. This may be relevant in the scenario which requires an evaluation whether or not to accept an engagement. For example, whether the audit firm is happy to be associated with the audit client industry, audit firm would be considering the profitable client. Cost benefit analysis. So all these requirements have already been done in your topical lectures. So this was the small video on all the professional skills. And remember this thing, this was related to paper AAA, and this is the basics. These are the basics. These are the basics of all those 4 skills, right? So whatever I have annotated, you must need to revise it as well. Okay. So this video is still here. Have a nice day and wish you good luck for your exams. Bye bye. Take care.